February is National Heart Health Month, and there is a direct connection between your physical health and your mental health. So today we're going to talk about what that connection is and how one influences the other. And back in the 90s, they developed a survey called the ACEs survey, so Adverse Childhood Experiences. And basically, what that's about is from ages 0 to 18, the survey asks questions about experiences you may have had. And based on the number of experiences that you have had, that determines your level of risk for chronic health issues as an adult. We typically consider these experiences between the age of 0 to 18 to be traumatic childhood experiences. And when they go unresolved over time, that leads to an increased risk in health issues. So as an adult, you may be experiencing high blood pressure, diabetes, and other type of high risk health issues. Maybe you're having issues with high cholesterol or maybe some kidney issues. The link between the two is the level of stored stress in your body. So you can never unexperience those things that you have been through, and they stick with you, especially if you've never processed through them. And over time, as you continue to accumulate more stressful situations, it builds up. And then at some point, it's all going to come out. So it can come out in many different ways. One way being in your physical health. And sometimes it doesn't show up on a test, how our physical health is being affected by our mental health. Have you ever had aches and pains and then the doctors run all these tests and they can't figure out what's wrong with you? Well, it's stress. If you look back at your life and think about all the stress that you're currently dealing with right now, and as well as all the stress you've dealt with in the past that you've never processed through, that stress is causing some of these physiological symptoms or these aches and pains in your body. So what do? Your mental health tip of the day is to manage your stress so that you can lower your risk for chronic health issues. Tip number 1, I suggest you speak to a licensed professional counselor. So find a therapist and process through those things that you have experienced in your life. By speaking to a trained professional, we are able to provide you with the tools to help you process through some of that trauma that you have experienced in your life, as well as teach you new skills to cope with the stress that you're going to encounter for the rest of your life. Stress is unavoidable. It's something that we all have to learn how to deal with. Tip number 2, focus more on you. Learn how to say no, and remember to take care of yourself first. If you don't take care of yourself first, then you're not going to be around to help anybody else. So all of these people and things that you are constantly saying yes to adds to your level of stress, which also increases your risk for chronic health issues. Step number 3, give yourself space and grace to be human. We all make mistakes, and that's okay. That's going to happen throughout the rest of your life. But you can't beat yourself up for those mistakes. You can't feel guilty about those mistakes. Own up to whatever it is. Apologize if you need to, and move forward. Once you begin to process some of the stress and trauma that you have experienced in your life, you will notice that some of these health issues that you have will begin to diminish. Proper diet and exercise are very important pieces, but managing your stress is going to be the critical point. I'm Sharon Dickey, your licensed clinical mental health counselor, and I'll see you next time for our mental health tip of the day.